yes, kid bonding through farm sim. That can be a thing. I think maybe I need to turn these lights off so I can actually see where I've cultivated and where I haven't. So the lime is creating a little bit of a glare here. So yeah, there's the possibility there may be a resurrection of the Osa family farm with various family members joining me as time goes on. So I believe, did I put this is episode 14? I did have to go back and check. The last episode was 13, so that's good. And we still have a year to run on this farm. So I might break up this field prep thing, and next episode, once it's actually a nice dry morning, once we've finished here, and I will finish this job before the stream's over, we will possibly check to see if there are any harvesting contracts and maybe do one or two of those, and then get on with planting oilseed radish in these fields. We've got the entirety of fall for that to bed in. The field that had canola in, I can't remember which one it was, I may plough up and then plant with a cereal crop for a winter cereal crop, and the canola obviously we can't plant until spring, so that's not going to be a thing until after winter. And then once we've sold all of our crops plus any of the bonus crops from harvesting contracts, we'll take a look at the price of fields around this area and probably purchase as many as we are able to. So when spring comes, there will be ploughing, there will be liming, there will be cultivating, there will be killing weeds. Ugh. I only cultivated that field yesterday and it already has weeds on it. Lots of them. And then spring we'll be planting, we'll be fertilizing, we'll be doing all the fun stuff, and see what we end up with next harvest. As I said, we've got all of the canola, oats and wheat that we harvested. What would it have been? Day one fall. And that's all sitting in our grain bins. We've got, I think all told, about 50,000 litres of grains to sell. So that should be a goodly amount of money that we can spend on land. Oh, we actually got 30,000. Oh, you know what I did forget to do? Chickens got food, so good. And we have about 72 chickens. Oh, we have 72 chickens, yeah. look around the screen enough, you'll find the numbers you're looking for. So I'm not sure I'm going to end up breeding 200 chickens, is it? For the chicken breeders achievement. I don't even know how many chickens the thing will hold. But they'll make eggs for us. They'll eat our wheat. I did, yeah, one of the reasons I grew wheat on one of the fields was to make sure that I didn't have to buy chicken feed for the second year. So we won't be selling all of the wheat that we have. I'll probably keep about 2,000, 3,000 litres of it lying around, just so I have something to feed the chickens with that I don't have to pay for. But 2 years and that's it, and then we're going to explore something else. I'm also hoping that if I don't stream every day, I will have then sometime kind of getting back into Farm Sim. Have some time to test out some of the new mods, some that I want to introduce to Oakfield Farm, some that I just want to see how they work. Oh, yeah, emojis and stuff. Well, maybe that's why I need a techie guy to make me emojis and stuff. That's part of my problem is, I spend all day programming computers, and at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is spend time programming. It happens to be that, my entertainment is playing computer games, so that's a thing I'll do, but I don't want to invest time writing stuff. I'm not a modder, and I probably never will be a modder, because a modder is like a programmer, and that's my day job. I know a number of people who sort of, I don't want my hobby to be the same thing as my day job. Even though I enjoy my day job and it's something I like doing, but it's sort of maybe I'll look into it. But I don't have enough viewers to have a support team of moderators and emoji makers and icon makers and whatever. Let's get this done. But as I was saying, I need to sort of get back into a little bit of personal, casual farming simulator, so I can check out some of the other mods. This, I think it's, I can't remember what the mod that is the pair of arrows above the speedometer, which allows me to select sort of forward and reverse gear and just use the accelerator as a go forward, a go button, and the brake as a stop button, rather than accelerate forward or brake backwards as the accelerator. It's But there's another one which has, locking differentials and 2 4-wheel drive, assuming your tractor has 4-wheel drive, that I have now downloaded and I do want to play around with, but I would like to use it on Oakfield Farm, but I don't want to introduce it on Oakfield Farm without having played with it somewhere else. I don't know. It takes a while for the with the number of subscriptions I have and cheers I usually have going, but we don't make the Twitch threshold every month, so they hang on to they only pay out when you hit $100 or once a month, whichever is quicker. No. Slower. So, there's the alarm to tell me it's a work day, and I should think about going to bed. I guess it could work out at that over the course of the months that Twitch actually sends me some money. At the moment, this is more a case of, hey, look, here I am sitting here playing Farm Sim. How about I share that with the world rather than just sit around and play on my own, and it's all I'm doing. Discuss the world, discuss the state of TV, or discuss farms. As best as I know, as I'm not a farmer and would suck at one if I tried. I'm the sort of person where you can buy me a houseplant for Christmas and it will be dead by New Year. Really, really don't have a green finger. I think the only reason I haven't managed to kill grass is because it rains reasonably often enough that it doesn't die. Although that can be touch and go at times, because I don't water grass, I don't do anything else to grass, I just let God take care of it, and I'll give it a cut every so often when it gets too long. My lawn will not be winning any championships. Prizes. We typically call in a landscaper just before we list a house when we move out of it, and just come in, tidy the place up, make it look pretty, plant some flowers that are going to look nice for the pictures, and we'll pay you whatever it costs to do that, and hope that we sell it before we kill all the plants off. But I can understand the theory, and I can, as I said, watch live farmers do farming stuff and copy what they do. It's one of the things I notice. Now, it's a lot of, I don't know about Mr. CLP, but I have noticed that a lot of YouTube farmers and streamers will plant multiple different crops on every field. I'm going to have soybeans on this one, I'm going to have canola on that one, etc., etc., and they plant multiple different crops, and most farmers don't do that. They have their land and they'll decide, oh, my winter crop this year is going to be winter wheat, and then maybe the following year they'll, oh, my winter crop's going to be winter barley, or I've got a barley, buyer, so my winter crops are always going to be winter barley, and they'll rotate the fields, but they won't plant every single crop that they could. At least for their, even for their climate, they'll have an early crop, they'll have a late crop, but they won't normally have multiple early crops and multiple late crops. And watching Ollie's farm, I think, what was it? This year he planted winter barley, and his barley crops, it's not been a good year for farmers and growing stuff. But he planted winter barley. He contracts out one of his fields to a carrot farming group. So they come in with the expensive carrot harvest planters, and they'll plant the carrots, and they'll fertilise the ground. He contracts out a lot of his fertilising as well. And then they bring in the big carrot harvesters, and they'll harvest the carrots at the end of the year. So it's almost like they're renting his field. He is not heavily involved in that. And he also does... Oops. Let's back up again. He also does sugar beets as well. So 3 crops over all of the fields he has. I'm not sure how many fields he does of each, but very, very limited. This farm wife, they tend to do barley, soybeans, and corn. The corn is for the cows. The beans and barley are usually for selling. And as I said earlier, this year their barley crop really suffered. Prices for cows was just horrible at at their usual selling time. So they kept the barley to feed the cows, and kept the cows until this last month, where they've started selling them off. But that means less income for the farm. Their corn suffered because the cornfield flooded, I think, just before it was planting time. Then he planted the corn, and the field flooded again, and so they had to plant again. Some of the crops survived, some of them didn't. Okay, you take care, Hail Team. I will catch you possibly on my next stream, whatever day that happens to be. Watch out for me tomorrow. Definitely not Wednesday, and again, possibly Thursday. And we'll try and get this weekday stream up and running again. And having taken a hiatus of October, so 6 months on this farm. We haven't been playing this one. We're going to blitz this one and get it done as quickly as I can. I don't know if there's a kink at the top of the field, or whether I've actually introduced one as I'm going across here, but it's not straight. It doesn't even follow the harvesting lines either, or whatever. I'm driving on. Yeah, I'm not driving straight here at all. But we're nearly done. It's still. Well, what time did we get up? Is it 7:30 we started this field? think our seed is about 4 meters, so we might do okay with planting time on this. And when I finish this, I need to remember to look up tractors available on this save. So I could see how much a second tractor is going to go or cost, and factor that into our plans for next year. I don't need one, but it could give me the option to use workers for some of the tasks I'm doing. I think we can make more money than a worker would cost us. So maybe going through fall, if I could set a worker off on planting this field and still have a tractor spare for cut and contract harvests, that would be a help. I don't like leasing tractors because it ends up costing a fortune. Leasing towed equipment isn't too bad because it's only putting on hours, and it tends to, the leasing cost of towed equipment tends not to be as big as the leasing cost of a tractor. But the hours you can end up putting on a tractor, I have it, I might as well use it type of thing, as opposed to what I'm doing at the moment where this is the only tractor I have. So yes, I have to use it, but I don't feel obligated to fill up my time using it because I have it. I use it because I have a job I need to do. And that was part of the problem with leasing the Fendt 800 on Oakfield Farm, was I had it and I really did overuse it, and so the leasing costs really got a little bit too high a little bit too quickly. But we made enough for contracts, and I think harvest that year that I bought it. I immediately dropped the lease and bought it because I needed the mid-sized tractor. I just couldn't afford to buy one. But when you need a piece of equipment and you can't afford to buy it, so you lease it, you will use it for every job you needed it for, and that's a costly mistake you can make. Leasing a plough is, well, I'm going to plough this field and then I'm done. I might keep the plough for a couple of days because I might have another field that needs to be ploughed, but I'm not going to be using the plough just because I have it. I'm going to be using the plough because I need to use it in specific instances, and if there's no prospective instance for me to need it, then I can let it go. Okay. Cultivating is complete. Bang, done. Lift that up. I think that needs cleaned. So, small tractors. So we have the Zetor pack and we have the Ursus. Not sure I'm ready. 47 horsepower. I'm not even sure which one of these I have. Well, I have that one. So the Zeta XX20. And That's 71 horsepower up. I think I've got the biggest engine on it. And then those are all 51, 47. So we got that one. That's bigger. Not very much more expensive. That's the four-wheel drive. That's the two-wheel drive. There's that one. There's that one. Whoa! There's that one. So I have that. So was there Zeta tractors? No. Put anything in mediums. We have the Adleys. We have that's 155, and that's the four-wheel drive version. So we have a couple of mid-size ones as well. What does that get us? 155 configuration standard with half a ton of weight. Front hydraulic. Does that have a? That does have a PTO on it, so that's option. It can also use a front loader. Nice. And wide tyres, weights, narrows. So that's wide tyres. That's narrow tyres with weights. Oh, you can get narrows with weights. Oh, that only comes with front narrows. Okay, and it's only 155 horsepower. But it's a bigger tractor than we have. It's the Ursus. Any large tractors? Mods loaded? No. So, yeah, I could get a second one of these. It does what it does. It's adequate for all of the equipment we have on the farm. I could mow this field, but I don't have a mower, and we don't have anything to use the grass for or bale it with. Grass is not valuable. We don't have a silage bunker, so not a thing I need. Right, we do have a pressure washer, so we'll do that. So yeah, this tractor has the full range of wheels, so I can put narrows on the back, which I do when I need to fertilise at least my own land. Sometimes I don't bother on other farmers' lands, but you can't destroy their crops, so it's not a factor. Okay, is that scratched off paint? I think that's all scratched off paint. That is clean. Do I have a shop here? I don't think I have a shop here. So, done with cultivating until the new year. Or possibly if we put a winter crop in. So I'm going to drop that back there. And I'm not going to go and get the hay yet. So, potentially, next stream we will be doing a harvest contract of some type, I think. No, we won't. Yes, we will. 112. Okay, so we'll be harvesting field 112 with our own equipment, so that could be kind of painful. It's oats, so it's a good value crop for any leftovers. 4.57 acres. So that will be our thing tomorrow, and then we will plant oilseed radish in those 3 fields as well, if we have a chance. But for now, I'm going to run. Have a good rest of your evening, and I will catch you on the next stream. But for now, I'm out of here.